before you say anything, I know what you might be thinking. Flip, the XYZ anime is over 10 years old. What are you talking about? There is no way that Legends Z-A is in any way related to this whatsoever. It makes no sense. The title is crazy. Hear me out real quick. I'm telling you right now, not only does the anime have direct parallels, but the teaser even pulls directly from the anime and might even be able to predict exactly what we will see in Legends Z-A. So bear with me for a second, okay? The teaser has very little info to give us, but what do we know about the game currently? We know that the game takes place within Lumio City pretty much exclusively. The game is centered around Zygarde. Mega Evolution is back front and center. Lumio City is going through an urban redevelopment. It's a Legends game, so it's probably set in the distant past. And that the people running the redevelopment project have a vision of a beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. So, how does the anime relate to this? How is it related? Why am I saying all of this that I'm saying? Okay? So, essentially, the anime plays it in a different way than the games do, as opposed to the original XYZ games, where you start your journey beating gyms in order, find out about Lysander's plan to use Xerneas or Yveltal to power AC's weapon, and destroy humanity to create a world untainted by humans. We get something way closer to what we see in Legends Z-A. Instead of starting the adventure at Vanderbilt Town and tackling Viola in the Standalone City Gym, ending the adventure at the Pokémon League towards the east, Ash starts his adventure at Lumio City, attempting to challenge the 4th gym first. We even see a map of Lumio City in the first episode that's identical to the one in the teaser, pretty much almost pulling it out of there and putting it into the game, and ending his journey in Lumio City, where the Pokémon League is now located.
And now our heroes have arrived in Lumio City, site of the Kalos League.
Also, where Lysander's final plan will take place. Instead of using the ancient weapon at Geosed's town the way that he would use it in the games, he ends up using one of 2 Zygarde cores to try and unite all of the Zygarde cells to make Zygarde 100%. This is also where we learn of Mega Evolution and other forms of temporary evolution through Professor Sycamore and the great Blaziken Mask. With Professor Sycamore's lab also conveniently being in Lumio City as opposed to Vanderbilt Town. The anime in time not only adds a cool seat to the title, which of course up to this point has never been placed in any of the games. In fact, people were thinking there was going to be a Pokemon C, just like Pokemon Black and White 2 was a thing, but no. Olympia even highlights a vision about a green flame that will engulf the Kalos region and threaten to consume all the people and Pokemon. Essentially, just like in Legends Z-A, the anime takes extensive focus on staying on Lumio City, on Zygarde, and more importantly, the ancient past and its relation to temporarily further evolution. And I'm not just talking about Mega Evolution here. In case you have been disconnected from the anime or from Pokemon in general in the last decade or so, the anime introduced a new form of temporary evolution through Ash Greninja, dubbed Synergy, eventually revealed from an ancient scripture as something called bond phenomena, which states it's a rare phenomena that happens between trainer and Pokemon when the bond of trust between them grows. So it's not something that happens to every Pokemon. In fact, it doesn't even happen to Ash and Pikachu, which to me, to this day, still doesn't make any sense. But we do get to see a cool fusion between Swellow and Pikachu way back when. Bond Phenomena is not only non-responsive to Mega Stones, but apparently contains more power than Mega Evolution energy, which is what Lysander wants to control Zygarde. And if you're thinking, Flip, that's not canon, and it's not even in the games, think again. For not only is Ash Greninja and its Battle Bond ability added to Pokemon Sun and Moon, but the Zygarde cell's core, 10% and 100% form are adapted to the XYZ anime from the Sun and Moon games rather than its respective parts to their corresponding anime adaptations. For example, Xerneas and Yveltal or AC's weapon are not making any type of appearances in the anime. In fact, Xerneas and Yveltal only appear in the movies, which aren't canon. That's not canon. As it turns out though, the Ash Greninja form isn't Ash exclusive. It's in the episode of its introduction, The Legend of the Ninja Hero, we are told the following. It is said in legend that long ago a fierce battle occurred between all the ninja in the village. There is currently no way to know what caused the fight to erupt, but it is known that the ones that defended the village were Pokémon. The leader of those Pokémon, now called the hero of the village, was a Greninja that looks strikingly similar to the Ash Greninja form. And we are shown 3 illustrations of the heroes of Legend drawn in Chinese ink, extremely similar to that of Pokémon Legends Arceus, a Heatmor, a Staraptor, and an Ash Greninja. A fierce battle where Pokémon were the ones doing the fighting sounds eerily similar to a war prior to AC building the ancient weapon, the Legend of AC even bringing the description of fighting as fierce, as seen in the Redemption.
During the fierce fighting, his dear Pokémon was sent to the battlefield.
It is very possible that Legend Z-A will be about the ninjas from Legend dealing with a fierce battle between Mega Evolution and Synergy around the time of the AC War, a clash of ideals. It's possible that even AC's Fluette special form is also a result of bond phenomena, which, if they were planning it from way back when, explains why they pulled it from the games and it's just floating around in the files, and you can't get that form, because you will be able to get it now during this game. Okay, the anime on Legends Arceus also have some very direct pulls. The rooms in The Legend of the Ninja Hero look very similar to the player's room in Legends Arceus. The code name to the second Zygarde core in the anime, the blue one, is Z2. So chances are Squishy's code name would be Z-A. Like, not only the game, but the suit of cards. Instead of being C1, there is no one, it would be C-A. Synergy also seems like a super cool way to better implement mobility into Pokemon battles, which was a thing in Legends Arceus. Granted, that synergy is not a concept seen exclusively with Ash Greninja. In fact, the entirety of the Ferrum region has a phenomenon that forces synergy. This is called synergy bursting, which happens during battle through a bond with its trainer in the game Pokken Tournament. Pokemon with Mega Evolution forms do not require Mega Stones to achieve their forms. Some just get a stat boost, but some change form entirely. The war might have been caused over the use of Mega Stones to form bond phenomena rather than achieving synergy. And it's very possible that just like the anime, the game focuses on someone trying to use the power of bond phenomena, synergy, or Mega Evolution to coerce Zygarde into intervening and destroying that connection between humans and Pokemon, and destroying the beautiful coexistence the Urban Redevelopment Project bounds to create. And as the player, you will have to help one of the 2 Zygarde cores collect Zygarde cells throughout the game to not only stop Lysander's ancestor, but stop the war. That to me seems like a pretty cool idea, and I think, I mean, I haven't seen anyone else talk about this, but I feel like it's extremely weird. It's always been very weird to me that the anime took such a different turn from what the games were. It's just, I don't know. It's since they released it, it's always been weird to me. So after the release of the teaser, I could only think this sounds extremely familiar, and then I went back to watch the anime, and I knew why. And so, I mean, this, honestly, I would not be against it in any way, shape, or form. So, I mean, I have to release this before tomorrow, because tomorrow is the partner showcase, and I don't know if they're gonna show anything Pokemon, and if I turn out to be right, I don't want to release this afterwards. So it's an idea I've been thinking about for a very long time, and I hope I'm right, because it just sounds very, very, very cool. I would love to be able to see different forms, the same way that Ash Greninja didn't require Ash in order to be able to use the Ash Greninja form, according to the Legend of the Rise of the Hero, and of course also the anime, the games where you, who aren't Ash, get to use the Ash Greninja form with Battle Bond. With Battle Bond's Ash. Battle Bond's Greninja. So, yeah. With that in mind, let's see what happens tomorrow, and let's see what happens when Legends Z-A comes out. And with that in mind, I will see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.